Oh, oh. Gua, gua, gua. Guala, guala, guala. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god. Listen, all I'm saying is, shut the fuck up. Okay, thank you, Tulu, and boo-bye. Lol. Um, what's up? It's my podcast. My podcast. Hello. Um, hello everyone. Hello there. Hello, creatures big and small. Maybe fallen and tall. Um, yeah. Hello everybody. It's me, Upsty. It's good to see you. How you doing, my sweet little tarts, my little quiches? I think those are both baked dishes, right? Or not baked. Maybe baked. Maybe a little bit flaked and faked. Puffed. You know? Um, yeah. How's it going? It's me, Jupsty. Uh, I probably already said that, but I guess I'll say it again. It's me, Jupsty. um, I'm gonna be honest. Probably gonna be a little bit of a short cast today. A little bit of a short podcast, if you will. Um, I did my laundry tonight, and then, like, after I was done with it all, I had myself a snack and all that. I was like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be doing a podcast. Oh, there's supposed to be a podcast I'm supposed to upload today. um, so I only realistically, I mean, I could make it more than, I could make it lengthy, but I probably won't. Um, I don't really have a whole lot to get into today. Uh, I cleaned my house today. It was pretty good. I think cleaning and self-improvement is always good. You know, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel clean. Uh, I doubt anyone really likes to live in their own filth, you know, but that's just my opinion. Um, but no, that's not what I want to talk about. Let me tell you. So, how about we talk about fears? Okay, I don't like mushrooms. Okay, and ask a whole lot of people who know me, and they'll tell you that I do not like mushrooms. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate them with a passion. Like, and that's the thing is that you know everyone's like, oh, they're edible. Why wouldn't you want to eat this? What? Um, but I have multiple reasons for it. Uh, and in fact, I have one that's actually a personalized thing. A just the experience exclusive, if you will. Um, so the whole deal with mushrooms that I don't like is that they're just weird. They don't they don't do things the way we or plants do. In fact, they're a part of their own family. Um, like you know how there's the animal family, the plant family. Well, apparently there's the mushroom family or the fungid family. Can't remember the exact name for it, but I believe it is the fungal or fungid family. It's something with an E, but um, they're part of that family, right? And the thing is, guess who's also in that family? Mold. That's right. Mold is in that family as well. you know, and it's not, not even like, oh, well, association means that it's all bad. But it's just such a weird thing compared to everything else in the world, you know? Like, I don't know, mushrooms are just weird as hell, you know? I guess they like dark and humid places. I'd assume that's usually where you would find them. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just really weird how disgusting they are. Really, you know. Um, but the personalized story bit is that I went to go. So about like a week or two ago, my bathroom, I have a standing shower that has only like sorry. It only has like a little bit of a lip that separates the actual shower mat area versus the I believe it is, what is it? Wood Lionel, or not Lionel. Um what is it? It's like not real uh smooth wood or anything like that. It's like fake laminated. No. I don't know. It's something along that, but basically it's fake wood. Um Anyways, I forgot to connect the bottom part to the inner actual shower area. And so when I opened up the shower curtain, my whole I wouldn't say the whole floor was flooded, but a good majority of it was flooded, right? Sorry, let me take a drink and clear my throat. Yeah, apologies for that. Um, but so what I did was I just grabbed a towel and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fantastic." Right? Eventually, I did get it nice and cleaned up. Um, I listen. I didn't realize the effects of everything in life, but I did not drain it. You know, it had still quite a bit of water in it. And I was like, well, this has been on the floor, and the floor is icky, gross, and I just got done showering. I don't want to rewash my body and my hands and all that. I was like, yeah, I'll just pick it up and put it in the the laundry basket, I mean. And apparently that's a big no-no. This is like my second time learning something about laundry and liquids and how to not leave them on your clothing at all. Because I had the pleasant surprise while doing my laundry of finding black mold spores on my favorite pair of pajamas. I was like, what the fuff is this? This is the first time it's ever happened to me, you know? But it was still surprising to see them nonetheless. Um, that's the thing is that uh, that's mold, right? That's close to fungus. That is fungus. That's close to mushrooms, you know? Not directly linked together, but they do have an association in their family tree. It's I don't know, it's just crazy to think that something can just spread like that, you know? And it makes me on edge as well because it's like you read all these sorry, you read all these uh not papers, you read all of these internet facts, which I know isn't like the greatest source, but you read it and you're like, wait a minute, wait a gosh darn dang second of a moment. This is like horrible, you know? It's like, oh no, it's hard to summarize, I suppose. Um, oh no, it's just again, it just spreads unnaturally. Fungus and mold and all that. I don't know, it's disgusting. And I lost my favorite pair of pajamas to it as well, which makes me really sad because it's like, man, that just kind of sucks. Um, I know that my first clothing incident was that I made a parody food review thing, right? And in the parody food review, I like drank a glass of milk until it ran down my chin and onto my clothing. And it was like just a few dribbles, and I was like, oh, whatever, right? I didn't realize how bad it would be, you know, because that stuff also goes bad and it smells and all that. Like, that's just disgusting, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's one of my fears this week. I feel like quality of life has just gone down or something. Like, I'm not really that affected by it, but it definitely does feel like someone's been just grabbing me by my testicles and swinging me around a little bit, you know? Because if that wasn't enough, for the past week, I've been dealing with a black ant problem. Ugh, I hate black ants. I hate most ants, actually. I am terrified of them. Like, again, I think I said this somewhere else, but like all of the ugh, sorry, I'm extremely tired. But all the ants out there in the world, there's a ton of ants out there. And I remember watching the Indiana Jones movie. What is it? Something about the crystal skull. I got there's this one scene. I still have to share this with the other people I know so they can understand why I am so fearful of ants. But they have to go across like a river of ants or something like that, and they're like fire ants, but they're big and all that, and they can carry someone. But I just remember like one of the Nazis stepped into the pile, and he got like he got overran. They were going into his mouth and his eyes and all that. It was very graphic as a kid, but um, I definitely think something had a lasting impact upon me there. Um, but that's besides the point. I I kind of have always disliked ants because I'm a very big boy. I'm a big boy, right? So when you have this tiny little thing, it's like it's kind of like the what is it? The elephant and the mouse. Oh, I'm just like, oh, so tiny. Where to go? Ooh, I'm so scared. Uh, and that's just another aspect is that they're very tiny. They're very insignificant. You can't really, you can't really see where they are or where they've gone or anything like that. Uh, they can crawl up the walls. They can go into the tiniest of cracks. You'll never know, you know. Um, and the third scary thing about ants. I don't know if I had numbered the other two. I'm literally so freaking tired right now. I keep going in and out of reality. But I'll try and you know, at least concise my point, which is that the third reason why I don't like ants is that whereas there's one, it's kind of like cockroaches, but where there's one, there's surely many, many, many others. You kill a spider, sure it might have a nest, but more than likely, not really, right? But you kill an ant, it's just a soldier, it's just a worker, if you will. You kill them, there's still tons upon tons of other ants in the colony that are just fine with coming out and showing their little get off, That there's just more and more and more, and a lot don't really hurt you, but it doesn't change how annoying it is, you know. Like the worst part about my ant problem that I've been having is that they're on my counter, right? I put away all the junk food, all that, but they've been consistent, and I don't really know why, but they are they're just very annoying because I can't put any food down where I usually would, or else they'll get to it and start climbing on it. In fact, um, tonight I had a bread bowl and soup with my mother. And I remember putting my bowl down on that counter, so I can get it ready for microwaving. Um, and lo and behold, I was eating some food, and wouldn't you know it, um, there was a tiny little black ant on my bowl. I was like, "What the heck is this, bro?" um, but yeah, those are like my two kind of fears in the main world. Maybe not so much about uh mushrooms, mostly because you wouldn't really come in contact with the parasitic type, or at least not a parasitic type that could control you. Um, but it's still kind of, you know, it's, this feels like gross stuff to me. I don't know. Maybe I've seen the too much of the Last of Us, but then again, uh, I don't really see any difference. Just kind of, yeah. Sorry, doodle big yawn. uh, yeah, those are like on the surface kind of fears, though. I'm sure I could drum up much more deeper fears. There's the fear of not being liked by others, the fear of popularity, fear of this, fear of not doing anything with your life. I would kind of have to think a little bit harder on what fears would affect me the most. Um, but I don't really have the amount of effort or time ready for that. I feel very delirious right now. In fact, I kind of feel like I'm 90% sleeping and 10% just talking. So hopefully this comes out coherent because there really isn't much I can do on my end except be like, okay, well, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. I guess I'm gonna go to bed. See you. You know. But yeah, interferes are equally as terrifying, if not more so. Especially if they're behind a concept or an idea. Um, because then, it's your perspective at that point. There is no telling exactly what kind of sick and twisted imagination you may have that may just conjure that awful thing you're thinking. You know? But um, yeah, I'm literally about to fall asleep, so I guess I'll make that just like the miniest podcast ever. At least I can get something out there, but I've had my eyes closed this entire time, and hopefully I've been good stuff because I have been keeping track at all. Um, yeah, I'll probably just label this as a mini podcast. Next time I'll definitely be sure to be more on time, you know, or at least get some sleep so that way when I wake up I can do an actual good podcast. That's kind of an interesting thing. Um, I don't know. Maybe I can go get like some kind of sugary item. That way I can wake up a little bit. Um, let me real quickly just go grab some kind of chocolatey item or something. Sorry about that. I got some peanut butter fudge crackers. They're actually very delicious. Ziploc this bag. I think it helped me wake up a little bit. Um, yeah, sorry for the last 20 minutes, Justy. Uh, I don't know what he was talking about. Hopefully it was good. But yeah. I think interferes are a little bit more in depth, you know? And they're much more reliant on how you view them. Um I kind of feel like some mental illnesses could be just manifestations of fear in a way. Um how would that be? It's like, I don't know. It's hard to describe in a way. It's, it really is one of those situations where it's which came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? Did the symptom come before the the effect, the issue, or was it the other way around? Was there an issue that caused the symptom, you know? Or do people become depressed because of something, or does something cause depression? Oh. That's such a stupid thing to ask. I'm so sorry for that. Do you think that your cat being hit by a car makes you sad, or do you think you are sad because your cat got hit by a car? Huh? What do you think? Man. um no, I was trying to go somewhere with that. Somewhere. Um it's more of like, I don't know. It's kind of mm, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the exact words, and my tired brain is not helping me with this situation, but it really is just, the best way I can describe it is which befalls or, yeah, befalls the other first, Is it more of a uh, kind of a cycle of ways? I know I've heard or I've seen some diagram, like, no, I think it was words actually, but I think it was this saying, like, I eat because I'm depressed, and I'm depressed because I eat, or something like that. um, it really is a vicious cycle sometimes. It's a hole that you cannot crawl out of because the edge is lined with oil of doubt and inability to understand the affliction, and exactly what you can do to circumvent it, or to try and exit your way out from it. It's it's tough, I suppose. How are you supposed to finally put a little bit of pizzazz in yourself to get out of it? It kind of really does feel like it's just like you're in a cone, right? You're at the bottom and you want to try and climb out, but I think there's a lot of things that happen in life where you just kind of stay there, you slowly slide right back down to the very bottom of it all. I think there needs to be like a grand action sorts in order to uh, truly break free from it. I feel like just the average, well, I want to self improve, isn't really going to be enough in order to, you know, break free from that cycle of uh, the affliction or the issue coming in to recycle that doubt or that anger, whatever you're struggling with. It'll just keep on going until something bigger comes by, or maybe not even that'll do it. I know that some people uh, can kind of deal with a lot of different um effects or depressions, or not depressions, but mental issues, uh, neurodivergent kind of stuff. Um, and it's just, you know, it keeps piling on. I don't know how you're supposed to get to that point. Um, I was talking with a good friend, uh, Charlie. She's a Wales woman, um, and she's also a psychologist, I believe. I I kind of get the terms mixed up every now and then. Psychologist, uh, psychiatric ologist. No, what is it? Psychologist. Um, Again, my tired brain is just like, oh, that's it. That's all we can compute, baby. I'm sure I can figure it out next time, but uh, I told her that I wonder if people like me and her are ever able to be fixed, you know? Well, we've both suffered our own past traumatic episodes and all that, but it seems like trying to appeal to it or to try and deal with it doesn't really do anything. It might help for like a little while, like talking with other people about your problems or their problems. It might help you for a little while, but eventually it just kind of goes away. I wonder, in a sense, are people like that just forever broken? Is there no real way to get past what has happened to them, you know? Will they forever just be that way? I don't know. It certainly feels like what is it? A massive amount of just I don't know, just a mass amount of oil upon the cone edge that you're trying to crawl up upon. And there's really no way to really reach the top unless you have someone else there to support you. But even then, is there really a goal at the end, or will the mountain just keep on going, or the cone? I don't know. I got different metaphors going on here, but yeah, I don't know. Um, it's hard to tell. Hard to tell which came first and how to treat it before it develops into something even worse. There's some people who have mental issues at first, and then they become physical killers. And then um, you know, there's the other way. Man, I'm sorry. I thought these peanut butter fudge covered crackers would help me, but I'm just very delirious. Everything's a little swirly. So I'm probably gonna cut it here. You know, and again, I guess the last thing I was going to say before I was supposedly supposed to stop the episode was, what was it? Oh yeah, I was like, I remember last time I was like, oh, this is gonna be the worst podcast ever, worst podcast ever, worst podcast ever, right? I remember I kept saying that. And then the last podcast I did do was my best one yet, with the 97 views, which, isn't a lot, but it's a lot to me. And I think that's what matters. Well, it makes me feel good. And if it doesn't make other people feel good, that it definitely sucks. I hope these are at least helping someone. Either helping them or at least, uh, letting them know that there's other people out there that are thinking the same way, or thinking in a way to try and self improve something, or just trying to examine the inner mind and body, such. But um, Yeah, I suppose that'll be it for this podcast. I'll try and definitely do a recording when I'm not uh about 23 hours deprived of sleep. Uh, I'll be able to do a lot better with formulating my sentences and trying to figure out the point I'm trying to make. So, um, I hope everyone has a good rest of their time. I love you all. Um, Feel free to go check out the other episodes while, I work on a better one. They're all pretty decent, I'd say. So, I love you all. Toodaloo and boo bye.